Doyle Brunson was much more than a poker player. He was a true legend, an icon, and undeniably the godfather of poker, with an incredible 10 World Series of Poker bracelets, countless iconic moments, and a legacy spanning over 5 decades. Doyle's name has become synonymous with the very essence of the game. Today, we're exploring the extraordinary career of Doyle Brunson, the legacy he left behind, and the impact he had on generations of poker enthusiasts around the world. The early days, from athlete to poker pro. Before Doyle Brunson became the face of poker, he was a rising star athlete in Texas with a promising career in basketball. But life took an unexpected turn. After a devastating knee injury derailed his athletic dreams, Doyle found solace at the poker tables. In the smoky back rooms of Texas, Doyle honed his craft, sharpening his skills through countless hours of intense play. It wasn't long before he became one of the most feared and respected players in the game, known for his fearless style and strategic brilliance. What started as a setback ultimately paved the way for a legendary career that changed the poker world forever. 1976, the first World Series of Poker Win. In 1976, Doyle Brunson forever etched his name in poker history by winning his very first World Series of Poker main event bracelet. But the road to this victory was anything but smooth. The main event was no walk in the park. Doyle had to navigate a field of some of the best players of the time, including legends like Amarillo Slim and Johnny Moss. The competition was fierce, with every player trying to outwit and outplay each other, but Doyle's sharp instincts and fearless play shone through. What made this win truly unforgettable was the way he secured it, by going all in with a hand that would later become synonymous with his name, the Doyle Brunson hand, 10-2 offsuit. In a dramatic showdown, Doyle managed to make 2 pairs on the river, defying the odds and clinching the title. This iconic moment didn't just earn him the coveted bracelet, it symbolized his fearless, strategic approach to the game. It marked the beginning of an illustrious career, full of highs, resilience, and unforgettable moments, and it set a precedent for what was to come. 1977, back-to-back glory. Just a year after his initial triumph, Doyle Brunson returned to the World Series of Poker main event in 1977 and achieved the unthinkable. He won back-to-back titles. What made this win even more extraordinary was the hand he played to secure the victory, the same 10-2 offsuit that had served him so well the previous year. Once again, Doyle managed to make 2 pairs on the river with this unlikely hand, stunning the poker world. But the victory was not without its challenges. The 1977 event featured a field that was larger and even tougher, with Doyle facing off against skilled players like Puggy Pearson and Chip Reese. Each one was a formidable opponent, and every decision Doyle made was scrutinized and second-guessed by those who thought they could outplay the master. Yet, despite the pressure and competition, Doyle's unflinching confidence and tactical brilliance led him to another triumph. Winning back-to-back main event titles was already a remarkable achievement, but doing so with the same improbable hand was something only Doyle could pull off, solidifying his place not just in poker lore but in the very heart of the game's culture. 10 WSOP Bracelets. A record-breaking career. Doyle's career achievements didn't end with those early wins. Over the years, he went on to collect an impressive 10 World Series of Poker bracelets, a record that showcased not only his exceptional skill, but also his consistency and adaptability. Each bracelet represented not just a victory, but a testament to his ability to dominate across multiple poker formats. From no-limit hold'em to 7-card stud, Doyle mastered them all, proving time and again why he was one of the most versatile and formidable players ever to sit at a poker table. The hand that became a legend, 10-2, the Doyle. There are few hands in poker as iconic as 10-2, and that's all thanks to Doyle Brunson. After Doyle won back-to-back WSOP main events with it, 10-2 was forever branded as the Doyle. This hand came to symbolize more than just cards. It represented Doyle's courage, his intuition, and his ability to take risks at the right moments. Over time, players worldwide began to see 10-2 as a tribute to Doyle's bold and fearless style. Even decades later, when someone pushes all in with 10-2, they're not merely playing a hand, they're paying homage to one of the greatest legends the game has ever known. Doyle Brunson, the author and poker mentor. Doyle Brunson was not just a player, he was a mentor, a strategist, and a teacher. In 1979, he authored one of the most influential poker books ever written, Super System. At a time when poker strategy was closely guarded and secrets were kept tight within the poker community, Doyle made the bold decision to share his insights, offering readers an unprecedented glimpse into the mind of a professional. The book didn't just focus on Texas Hold'em, it covered multiple poker variants including 7-card stud, lowball, and draw poker. Each chapter was penned by some of the top players in the game, with Doyle himself authoring the section on No Limit Texas Hold'em, providing readers with a deep understanding of how to approach the game. This comprehensive guide quickly became known as the Bible of Poker, and its teachings inspired countless players to pick up the game and pursue their dreams at the poker table. Super System was revolutionary for its time because it went beyond just basic strategies. Doyle broke down complex concepts such as reading opponents, table image, and how to manipulate pot odds, giving players tools they had never seen before. The chapters delved into advanced plays, bluffing techniques, and tactics for playing aggressively, showcasing Doyle's signature fearless style. What made this book truly groundbreaking was its accessibility. Doyle managed to make high-level strategies understandable for both beginners and experienced players. In 2004, Doyle released Super System 2, an updated version of the classic, featuring new sections that reflected the changing landscape of poker. The sequel included updated strategies and insights on games like Omaha High-Low, Limit Hold'em, and newer poker formats, along with contributions from other renowned poker pros such as Bobby Baldwin and Daniel Negreanu. This sequel ensured that Super System continued to remain relevant, offering new and seasoned players the tools they needed to succeed in an ever-evolving game. Doyle's book didn't just inspire players on a practical level, it also made its way into popular culture. Super System was famously featured in the iconic poker film Rounders, where characters spoke of the book as a must-read for anyone serious about mastering the game. The reference solidified its status as the essential guide to poker, reinforcing Doyle's legacy as a key figure in bringing poker strategy into the mainstream. Doyle's willingness to share his expertise helped grow the poker community, turning him into a revered figure far beyond the felt. Doyle's lighter side. In this next segment, we see a more playful side of Doyle Brunson. Though known for his intense, focused demeanor at the table, Doyle wasn't afraid to have a bit of fun. One particularly memorable moment was when he did an impression of a famous full-tilt poker commercial starring Phil Ivey. While the impression might not have been perfect, it was Doyle's humor and delivery that made it special. Seeing a legend like Doyle step out of his serious game face to share a laugh showed just how well-rounded he was, making him beloved by fans around the world. Even the toughest competitors need a moment of levity, and Doyle's lighthearted approach endeared him to fans and players alike. Eastern, the final hands, a legacy forever. Doyle Brunson played his last official hands at the World Series of Poker in 2018, marking the end of an extraordinary era. That final appearance was more than just a tournament. It was an emotional tribute to a career that had spanned over 5 decades. As Doyle sat down to play, there was a palpable sense of reverence in the room. Other poker legends, young pros, and fans from around the world recognized that they were witnessing the last chapter of an incredible story. The players, including some of the game's biggest names, honored Doyle by standing and applauding, acknowledging the immense contributions he made to the poker world. It was a rare moment of unity and respect in a game known for its fierce competition. Throughout his career, Doyle wasn't just a competitor, he was a mentor and a figure that countless pros looked up to. Phil Ivey, Daniel Negreanu, Phil Hellmuth, and many other high-stakes players have often spoken about how Doyle's playstyle, wisdom, and approach to the game influenced them. To see someone of Doyle's stature still competing at the highest level, even in his mid-80s, was a testament to his passion and love for the game. His presence alone was a source of inspiration, showing that poker is not just a game of skill, but also of resilience, patience, and heart. That final WSOP appearance wasn't just a farewell, it was a celebration of everything Doyle represented. Players who had faced him on the felt over the years, some of whom he had mentored, gathered around to pay their respects. It was an emotional sight. Many of them had learned the game by studying his legendary book Super System, or by watching him play with that iconic cowboy hat. As Doyle pushed his chips into the pot for the last time, you could see nods of admiration from fellow competitors who understood the gravity of the moment. Though Though he stepped away from the tables, Doyle's influence continues to resonate throughout the poker community. The strategies he pioneered, the grit he displayed, and the countless stories he created will live on forever. Doyle was not just a player, he was a trendsetter, a pioneer, and the beating heart of the poker world. His presence at the tables may have ended, but his legacy remains as strong as ever, inspiring future generations to pick up the cards and play the game with the same fearless spirit that he did. Doyle Brunson's final hands were not just about playing poker, they were about cementing a legacy that will never be forgotten. Doyle Brunson's legacy, a family affair with Todd Brunson. Doyle's legacy isn't just defined by his own achievements, but also by the legacy he left through his family, particularly his son, Todd Brunson. Following in his father's footsteps, Todd became a highly successful poker player in his own right. Watching Doyle dominate the tables as he grew up, Todd learned invaluable insights and strategies, eventually carving out his own path in the poker world. Todd's moment in the spotlight came in 2005 when he won a WSOP bracelet in the $2,500 Omaha High-Low event. This victory marked a historic milestone, making the Brunsons the first father-son duo to each win WSOP bracelets. The win symbolized more than just Todd's success. It was a continuation of the Brunson dynasty, showcasing the depth of poker knowledge and skill passed down from Doyle. Together, they created a legacy of competitive spirit, resilience, and excellence that will be remembered for generations. Saying goodbye to Doyle. In May 2023, the poker world lost one of its brightest stars. Doyle Brunson, affectionately known as Texas Dolly, passed away at the age of 89. His death marked the end of an extraordinary chapter in poker history, as he was not just another player, but a trailblazer who elevated the game to new heights. Doyle inspired countless players to pick up the cards and chase their dreams, leaving a legacy that will never fade. Doyle's passing was met with an outpouring of love and tributes from fans, fellow players, and friends across the globe. From amateurs to high-stakes professionals, people shared their stories, expressing admiration for his skill, wisdom, and warm personality. It was clear that Doyle wasn't just remembered for his 10 WSOP bracelets or his legendary hands. He was cherished for the kindness, mentorship, and passion he brought to the poker community. Though he may no longer be with us, his impact on the game will be felt forever. Rest in peace, Doyle Brunson. Your legacy is truly immortal. Thanks for watching. To keep up to date with all the biggest poker fails, most epic fights, and legendary wins, make sure to like and subscribe.